just pulled this out of the box. Pretty nice the way they got this packaged up. That would be the lens cover, and I'm going to keep that on there because if I don't, I'll forget I got it on there. Apparently this is if you wanted to hook CO2 up to extinguish the flame. That'd be the controller. Before I peel the sticker off. Simple enough. And this is if you don't use the conveyor. Well, I guess you can use it on top of the conveyor. It's just a tray to lay your parts on, to cut them, and have air down below them. Is right here. According to the instructions, computer goes on the top USB, and the other two are for accessories. Probably for the power conveyor. I don't know. And a rotary, probably. The bottom one is strictly for a flash drive. Take this off. And we'll cut it on and see what happens. What language I'm using? Check. And hit that arrow. I have since hooked up the fume extractor, which is down here. Yes, you can dial it up to increase the draw of air, and I'm not going to be using this for wood. This one is dedicated only to metals, and hopefully that will keep me from stopping up the filters as bad on the extractor. But anyway, I'm running it, and I do not smell anything now. Well guys, I went ahead and added the conveyor bed to it, and I think I know what I'm doing. We'll find out here in a second. Wow, that was quick. I'm not touching any of the buttons. It just has to recognize the parts, and then once it recognizes them and establishes their position, it zaps them again. Pretty cool, huh? I did this deck of business cards on the back side. It did miss some. I just put them right back on the conveyor. But in all, it did it in 36 minutes. Not bad, and no ink. So this is the straight edge that I own. the 18 that will be displayed here at Windy Hill Foundry, and I'm going to go ahead and engrave Windy Hill Foundry on that face. So in setting this up, I put it on that flat to get it good and level, and then I have a gauge block and some Momax to weigh it down and keep it in that position. Well, let's see how it did. The total depth of that is 15 thousandths. The letters are embossed. They stick up. So I'm not going to scrape it in. I'm going to polish it up. The reason I did that, a lot of people come here and they want to know what we do, and when I tell them straight edges is one of our jobs, they have no idea what a straight edge is. And then when I show them a cast iron blank that hasn't been machined, they lose interest quick. But once they see a pretty shiny machined surface, their eyes light up. So, anyway, I decided what better way to put my signature on one of these pieces than to engrave it. Since I have the Z set on the very top of the skillet, it may not do as well on the handles and the lower features. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It looks like it's doing the handle too. Now I do have a fire brick lathe there, and let's see. That is impressive. Didn't do too well around the sides, but on flat surfaces, and yeah, even those that are out at the focal point, it did fairly well. I'm impressed with that. This is the inside of it, and that's the outside. Yeah, I forgot to put a box to catch all this. It's doing these popsicle sticks faster than I can put them on the conveyor, I think. Two down here that weren't in the view. Look at that. Yeah. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to illustrate everything that the Xtool's F1 Ultra could do, from batch engraving with the conveyor and without, and explain to you why I particularly wanted this machine. It's actually going to be dedicated to one job primarily, but as time goes by, we are going to incorporate it with other jobs. I want this primarily for metals. With that said, I'm fixing to show you the detail, which I haven't really done at this point other than my straight edge, to show you what this deep engraving feature can do. And in order to tell you about this, my Patreon guys, I've been working on a project for them for months, trying to perfect a token of my appreciation to send to them. And I've been trying to cast the detail, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm having fits trying to do that. So when Xtool reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in this machine, the Patreon guys are the ones I was thinking of. So I said, you know what? If that thing will deep engrave cast iron, I'll take it. I put it to the test, along with some other things that I showed you on here, everything from stripping rust to putting the flag on the back of my business cards, and it did perfect. I threw a whole bunch of popsicle sticks on there and zapped little anchors on them. The detail on those turned out great, and it didn't miss a lick, except for those that were out of the field of view, and then I was able to put them back on the conveyor, and it reran them, no problem. On this project that I'm working on for my Patreon guys, the blanks are going to be cast, and then they will be laser etched from there, and I'll show you exactly what's going to go on them. So you saw me engraving this earlier in the video, but you probably didn't know what I was doing. Well, that's what I did. And I was trying it with different settings, putting my logo in the cast iron, and it did an awesome job. So after I figured out the way I wanted to do it, I took the graphics that I created for my Patreon guys and tried to do some test runs on the back side. And these are different settings, and the one I'm going to go with is this one at the bottom, the last one. So I'm going to be casting a lot of blanks and machining the face on them to get them good and flat, and then I'm going to engrave this on them so they'll look really cool. That was the main reason I wanted to get this machine, is to be able to do that right there. While I was making this video, someone else found out I had it, and they wanted me to engrave their husband on a horse. And this is in stainless steel. I got to clean it up. Keep in mind the LED lights in the building are probably messing us up, but I think that looks pretty good. So guys, if you're interested in a machine that would do deep engraving, I'd have to recommend this. The Xtool is a good machine. After Keith and I got back from New York, I had several things that kind of put a delay in me getting this video out. So I've had a lot of extra time to put it to the test, and I've put a lot of hours on it. Once we get the blanks finished in machine, we'll run them, and I'll show you the finished product there. We ran out of time on this video, or I would have had it done, but if you're interested in the Xtool F1 Ultra, check out the link below. Have a good day.